Am I frozen? Can you not hear me?
I can hear you.
So respond now.
What?
Respond. I asked something. If you can hear me,
I didn't
respond.
hear that. Can you ask me again?
I said. So did you see it? It's Friday freestyle, right? What's the matter again?
You need to speak up.
I can't speak. This is the way that I speak. What's the matter? Why
Okay.
do I need to speak up? My audio is low to you. It's on the loudest.
Okay. So, all right. Okay. Good evening. You are not. We are not on yet,
Yes,
right?
we are.
We are still
Do you
back.
see that it says live?
Are we on now? We are live,
It
right?
says live. We are live.
Okay. All right. All right. All right. All right. All right. So, good to see you again.
Hmm. How you been? Why do you look unhappy?
What
What's
did
the
you
matter?
say?
Why do you look unhappy? What is the matter?
It's a bit. It's breaking. It's freezy, kind of. That's just it.
Yeah, it's um your connection because everything is okay here. The only point that I'm having here is that there's some echo.
Okay. You feel it's the reception is bad at my side, right?
Just talk. Let's forget about all that. Let's just if you can hear me, let's talk, right? Because we're live.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
All right.
So you were
Let's
saying
shoot.
that you think you said that Tony is modest and that he wouldn't be passionate in presenting his opinion. That even if Bishop says something that he doesn't agree with, that he's not going to bring up issues against it. And the same thing against if I say something that he doesn't agree with. And I said, I don't think so. I don't think so. I think that he's
Okay.
just in his presentation.
I thought I
That's
thought
a
there would be
mouth.
little introduction.
There's no need because the whole thing is up.
Okay.
Let's just because we're wasting time. Unless
Okay.
unless you have something interesting to share,
Okay. No,
maybe
no, no,
actually.
no, no. Just I just hope you are with your muse. Are you?
Why do we want to? Don't you think we're going to bore anybody who comes across here?
No, did
What
you
is
bring
what?
your muse?
I don't know what you mean. I don't
Uh,
know what it
okay.
means.
You do. You do. I think we've discussed this countless times. You know what a muse is.
If I knew, I would tell
Okay, do you
you.
bring your A game, right? Do you bring your A game?
How do you think that people want to even hear you asking me, did I bring my A game? What am I supposed to say in response to that? No,
Okay.
I
All
brought
right.
my
It's
B
possible
game.
for you to be a chorister and your fellow member will ask you what?
I brought my D game. How about that?
All right. Just okay. Let's just shoot. All right. I'm game.
I've noticed something. I think you are not good at beginning.
Okay.
You beginning just
You're
makes you
welcome, ma.
feel
After
this
a
way.
very long time of
Yes, it just makes you feel like as if you first need to do your makeup and then dress up and then start, right? But I am ready to go right from the get go. So what are you waiting for now?
so how are you?
Nobody wants to know. They don't really want to know. They want you to say something that they want to listen to. They don't care to hear how I am.
I said how are
I am
you?
good. Thank you. I'm good. Respond to what I said about what you said now. What are you waiting for now?
Okay.
Somebody is there. There's somebody there.
If the network is like this, should we be speaking via WhatsApp? Why this one will be on?
Okay, that's good. I'll call you right.
What?
I will call you right away. I don't want any.
Let's try that. I think that
We've
will help
wasted
me.
enough time. I'm already calling you. Are you gonna respond to that? Answer it. You're not answering. You are not answering it. There are 3 people on the line. Oh my gosh. Answer your phone. Answer your phone. You are not answering.
Can you hear me?
Answer.
I'm saying you should connect through WhatsApp. If you can
I'm
hear
calling
me.
you. You're not answering. Okay, you call me. Oh my gosh. Answer your phone.
It's not ringing. It's not ringing.
You call me.
It's not. It has not entered.
You call me. Call me. Call me.
If it's ringing, it will show on the screen. It has not entered.
Call me. You call me.
Do you understand? It has not entered.
It's okay. You call.
That's to tell you, I think it's the network.
Call me. Okay. You're right. I understand.
Okay.
Call me. You call me.
Okay.
It's okay. You call. Let me see if I can see who is there anyway. Let me see. I can see who is there anyway. Awesome. So it just wasn't. Hello? Yeah. Hello? I can hear you. I can hear you perfectly. I can hear you. All right. So respond to that because there were 3 people on the line. Now there are. Okay. So they yeah. So just respond to that. I think we've already taken enough time, right? What was your question, please? I said I don't agree with you about what you said about Tony being too modest in responding to what we say. You said even if Bishop says anything that he doesn't agree with, that he will not express it very vocally. And the same thing with when I say something, and I said I don't think so at all. I think that he just has a calm way of presenting whatever his opinion is, even if he's countering what you're saying. The fact that he's saying it gently doesn't mean that he's not vocal about it. I mean, we don't all have to be like you or like me, right? We don't have to be fierce and fiery when we're expressing something. Some people are just very calm in the way they express, no matter how strongly they feel about something. I hope you can hear me. Okay. All right. Maybe, perhaps we should try and put ourselves into proper noun and qualify ourselves with proper adjective. Go ahead. You understand? Go ahead. A bishop is a Christian. I mean, unrepentant one, you know, is a strong and then like a professor. You understand? If he's in a Pentecostal, he will have been a Jew as we speak. For you to be a teacher. I'm looking for something to, since we're talking on the phone, I'm looking for something. One moment. Can you hear me? I need to look for something to hold up this phone since we're starting to use it because I can't just keep my hand up like this, okay? So keep talking. I'm going to find something. Yeah? What are you looking for? Just keep talking. Something to hold up the phone because I can't hold it in my hand. Okay. You don't have Keep talking. Don't worry about it. Yeah, don't worry. Just keep talking. Don't break the conversation. All right. All right. All right. Like I was saying, I said, Bishop, we all know Bishop to be Christian. You understand? Right. And he's an unrepentant believer in whatever he's into. That's one. Whatever he's into. I know myself to be. I don't know. When I find myself, my name is, you know. To be what? So I find myself I no longer identify the regular Christian.
not any.
What did you call it? You identify
So I
as
know
what?
who I am, and I know my temperament. I said analyst.
What was that? Analyst?
Are you with me?
Was that analyst? What did you say?
What did you say?
Did you say analyst?
Animist.
Animist. What is that? What's the meaning of
I
that?
said MIMIST.
What is that? What does that mean? I've
I'm
told
not
you.
going to school you for that.
I've told you. Yeah, I've told you that I may not be as smart as you. So don't assume that I know everything that you're saying.
Don't come. Please don't come on here and name me to the clip, please. So back to whatever I was saying, I said Bishop is a Christian, and we know Fakorede, that is Ivan, Susan Fakorede to be who she is. She believes in Ifa, and then because when you talk of African spirituality, Ifa is the center of it. So you cannot say I am a Shi follower, Shango follower, or follower without talking about the central point.
But that's
and the point everywhere.
I just feel that you are going to bore whoever is listening to this. And the thing is that they won't know that you have a lot of interesting things to say because these preambles at the beginning, the person will just bounce off and they won't even be able to hear those interesting things that you have to say. So why do you like to do that? They didn't come here to start listening to definitions. What has happened? Why are you quiet? Why are you quiet now?
Unfortunately, I cannot hear you. So sorry.
Okay.
We are using two different platforms.
No, we're not.
I cannot hear you.
Okay. So I think that in order to save listeners the punishment and misery of listening to... Okay. All right. So for listeners, I'm so sorry. I don't think that is fair. I would not like to be put through this type of thing that you're going through. So therefore, maybe we should have this conversation in private, see how well it goes, and then see if I can bring it out. I don't want to put you through this type of back and forth. I'm not enjoying it, and I feel like you won't enjoy it. So thank you for coming in. I'm just going to put it private now because I can see that there are 2 people on the line. There were 3 just now, so it is on this way. Let me go make private. So why is it that we're talking perfectly on WhatsApp all the time, and now it becomes a problem? Why? Is it the same? No, you left.
All right, Bobby, I can hear you clearly. I just hope we can maintain this.
So, so let me understand what actually happened. When we were talking on WhatsApp and I could see your video, right? Hello?
Okay.
Okay, you're back. Yes. Were you? Is it the same phone that you're using for the audio? I want to understand something. So when I was calling you the first time, so when I'm seeing you on video and I'm talking to you on WhatsApp, what I'm seeing on video is this same phone where the WhatsApp call is connecting. Is that it? Is that what you're saying? Hello?
Yes, cell phone. Yes.
Is it okay? Is it
Yes.
phone? Okay. All right. So then maybe that's what was affecting it. So that's unfortunate. Why am I saying okay, you are here on two different things. Why? I'm seeing you here double. Can you take yourself off from one on that platform? It's like you logged in with two things. Can you hear me?
Okay, is it possible for me not to be online here? And then can we just operate on the WhatsApp while you be?
Yes, I can, but you are in the studio on two different devices. It's showing that you're in there twice. Why is it showing that you're in there twice? Are you in there twice? Shaya? Shaya? Dear Shaya, can you leave the studio? I'm seeing two Shayas in the studio. Can both of them leave? I can see two Shayas in the studio. Can both of them leave the studio then? There's still one. There's still one Shaya there. Can you leave?
Yeah, man. I've gone already.
No, there's still one Shaya there.
Okay, let me see.
Yeah.
I'm still there.
Okay, you left. All right.
Look at now. We are on WhatsApp and everything.
Yeah. So I guess it's the.
I think the interference is not
That is what it is. Okay, but I noticed something, Shaya. Why is it that when you and I are talking, because we don't do all those introduction things, you just go straight into the thing and we'll have a free flowing conversation. But once you start doing those things of okay, we want to start doing the beginning and you say, how are you today? And they don't want to hear all that crap, And then
sorry, are we on?
no, we're not. It's not it's private now. I have to make it because I said it's not fair for them to be listening to can you hear me? Can you hear me? It sounds very horrible. And they'll just bounce off of it, right?
Can we be online via this medium now?
Yes, we can, of course.
Okay, now then it's only that I won't appear there, right?
Yes, you won't appear on video.
Okay, so let's just.
No, we can't. No,
who I am. I'm a gentleman.
No, you're not a gentleman. That's number one. And number two, do not pretend to be a gentleman. And number three, they don't want to hear all that. They don't want. Let me tell you what happens for YouTube, right? Once you offer these platforms, once they come there and you start with all those things they don't want to hear, they will leave. And once they leave, number one person leaves, number two person leaves, number three person leaves. The algorithm will say they don't like this thing that they're watching, and they will just shut it down, and they won't be showing it to people. So we don't want to start with all those preambles of. That's why I'm always trying to prevent those things. Those people, it spoils the things for people. So if you go and watch the channels that do well, you see that once they start, they just start talking. All those extra things. It's not TV. It's not television. So the algorithm does not like that. Because people's attention span is very short and they have many things that they want to watch. They're not going to sit here and be hearing you say, okay, how are you today? When but
I'm not like right.
No, you're not. We're not live now. We're private. We're private.
No, when we are going live, I won't be there, right?
No, you won't. No, yes, yes. Why the heck is this thing saying that there are two people? Why is this thing saying that there are two people?
Why?
I'm sorry.
All right. Get that.
No, I was wondering about what I was saying.
That's my
What? Is this a joke?
No, there's no light now.
I didn't say that. How can I know that you're wearing your clothes or not? I can't see you.
Since I'm not online.
Oh, okay. I didn't hear that part. Okay. So, so now, can you promise me that every time we come to record, you won't start doing all those first beginning of analyzing, introduction,
The truth of the matter is I was grouped that way. So
yes. So the thing is, because usually I am the one starting the thing, I will start it and tell us what to say. Next thing I know, you start doing some descriptions instead of following what I put out already. Right?
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's it. Okay. So. Oh yes. Oh yes. So. But anyway, don't say your Lord. I guess we just realized where the thing is coming from. We never tabled it. Now that we
was saying something like, let's do preamble. You said no. Yesterday I said let's do mock. You said no.
It's okay. It's okay. Let's not do blame game. What we need to do is, do we want to do this? We say yes or no. Once we realize what we don't want to do and we're in agreement, we go. Let's not waste time saying it's because I told you. Okay. All right. So.
Oh yeah, where's my move? So. Next.
I already told you I don't know what all those things are. So.
I'm talking to myself, please.
All right.
I'm preparing myself.
So you said that what? Now you said that.
Are we back online?
So you said that Tony, and I said no. I don't think so. I think he's just presenting it. The way he speaks is the way he naturally speaks, right? And that's one thing I also notice. Sometimes I'll say something to someone, like when I say to you that I may not be as smart as you. I'm not trying to be diplomatic or political. I'm serious about what I'm saying because I recognize that that thing you're talking about is a subject matter that you know about. I don't know it. The reason why you don't believe me, you think I'm being political or I'm being diplomatic, is because most people cannot honestly say I don't know something. So just when I tell you something, accept it. Just like when I told you that I could be the one to marry fella, decide to marry fella, you said no, never. You can't know me more than I know myself. You understand? So don't tell me what when I say I don't know something, I don't know it. I'm not pretending. I'm not trying to be modest. I'm not doing that. I'm just telling you because I want our conversation to. I want you to know that when you're telling me that thing, I really don't know it. So don't be assuming. You know, if I know it, I will tell you. And the fact that if I know something, I'll tell you, my friend, you don't know what you're saying. I know this thing. Honestly, I will just tell you straight up, so that we won't waste time. Yeah.
So back to yeah, back to the studio. Okay, so shoot.
I'm already short. I want you to answer. I want you to respond to it.
So what do you mean? What do you want me to talk about now?
I said.
You said. I'm waiting.
Yeah, I said no. That I don't think that we can say that he's just being modest. I think that he responds to whatever it is and says many times, go back and watch the episodes. He will say, oh no, Uzo, I don't quite agree with you on that. Or he will say, Bishop, how can you say that? He said those things, except that he said them calmly. And because he said them calmly, you think that he's deliberately being modest. No, it's just the way that he presents his facts. He's not very like.
What you're saying now, is that supposed to be a question or are you concluding?
No, it's my opinion. It's just my opinion.
Okay, good. Nice opinion. Anyway, I got to know one thing. You see, when I started my parenthood experience,
right,
I got to know one thing about it was my daughter that called. She didn't call my attention to it, but she was saying something and I listened to her.
Yeah.
You know, she was like, when that is serious, you will know. And she was just a kid, around 4 or 5. You know, when you talk kid, you like, can you stop doing that? You'll just look at it and continue.
Yes.
The temperature of your voice matters. So that is the same orientation that I personally take to serious conversation.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Now, what do I mean? There was a day I was driving, and then I was trying to maneuver. My wife was like, "There's a small dish there." She's just like, "There's a dish there. There's a little dish there."
Yeah.
And I drove into it.
You drove into
it. She said, "I don't." She said, "I told her." I said, "You did not tell me." She said, "I did."
She said because of tone, right?
Exactly. And like, when she was like, "There's a small dish." To me, all right, okay, there could be. It's one of those things.
I know what you mean.
Yes, like, okay, one of those dishes that we deal with.
Yeah.
Or one of those potholes that we can cope with. Because if it's something big, I was expecting a alarming reaction, which wasn't in at all. So anyway, we ended up entering the dish and then calling people to come and help us. So that's how it is, and I think that is how human beings. It may not be everybody. Let me not just engage in this generalization of fact, but that's how most of us are wired.
You're right.
When you're serious, people will know in the texture of your voice. So sometimes I say Tony will talk something. It's a way of like, okay, let me not offend this gentleman. Let me not offend Bishop. Let me not offend I don't know. I don't want to cause slang with Fakurede or Uzo. You will now try to use a soft voice. You understand? So that's the same thing. Because when you're happy, there's the kind of voice you use when you're happy. When you're about to do the mathematic game, the voice changes naturally. When you are angry, it changes. When you're playing, it's another thing. When you're excited, it's another thing.
Yeah.
So I feel the quality of voice matters. You understand?
Yeah.
Especially when you're trying to debunk a point. That does not mean you raise your voice.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
I think I'm guilty of that.
I was going to say, I know what you're saying. I know what you're saying. Do you know what it is? Do you know what it is when someone says that a person does not understand social cues? Do you know what that means?
Not exactly.
Okay. Then do you know that let me put it this way. Human beings, the way we communicate is exactly what you said, right? We communicate not just by the words, right? But by the body language, actually. Body language, tone of voice, expression and all that. Those are the things that actually make more meaning than the words that are being spoken, right? So yeah. So you're perfectly right in what you said. However, if a person always, like when your wife said, well, there's a small dish ahead, right? There's some noise in your background. So
no, so sorry about that.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
I'm not I'm not visible, so I'm kind of moving around. So
yeah, you can. So when I'm speaking, maybe you can put off your audio so that you'll mute yourself.
All right.
So that
I'm with you, man.
So yeah, so that's all well and good, right? But if somebody consistently,
you were saying about a particular pattern that if that had been my wife's style,
exactly,
I should have known something.
So like it's Tony's. So that's the way that Tony talks. That's the way that Tony talks. He's consistently like that. So because of that
Are
now,
you sure?
Yeah. So because of that now, we can know that even if Tony is passionate about something, he's still going to express it that way because it is his habit, it's his manner of speaking, right? So yeah, that's just what I mean. But when he's here, he can actually tell us whether what you said is true or not. But then again, you will say he's not going to say that because he's just a modest person. But I don't think that's
Tony will not challenge.
I don't think that's what it is. Why do you think that he's just so much of a gentleman or so much of a diplomatic person that he will? Do you think?
Yeah, I will not use the word gentleman. I just feel he's more so much of a man that has his head on his shoulder. You understand? I think it has to do with temperament. I am telling you, beyond temperament.
So you know that. Then what are we saying? That's what we just said.
What I'm saying is, okay, now I love that. Okay, you know anytime I talk, I just find myself checking the good books. The Bible recorded that Jesus was meek, he was gentle, he was this, he was that. But when he entered the temple, he needed to pass home a point. Baba acted like a school teacher as at that time, right?
Yeah.
So, Newton's third law of motion says action and reaction are equal.
Exactly.
So, meaning situation warrants your reaction. So, what I'm saying is, in the midst of heated arguments, when you're serious, people will know. The texture of the voice will change automatically. That doesn't mean you are going to be rude. No, that's not true. You don't have to be rude before passing up your point. But there's something that you know that, okay, now let me explain it to you. There's a way that my mom calls me. You understand? When she's happy. You get what I'm saying? Anytime she's happy, the same name. She will call it. It's so funny. You see, African mothers are so funny. And they're full of is it missive now? I won't know what to call it. The same name.
I think all of us know. All of us know that. Then they will call it from the first letter to the last letter. Instead of saying
yes, when you're excited, when they're happy with you, there's a way they call your name that you, wherever you are, your head will swell up and you know that.
I know what you're trying to say, but can I say this, sir?
Mom is happy.
Can I say this,
okay.
sir? You see that thing of when you are serious about, when you're very serious and very passionate about something, your voice and tone and your body language changing, right? I think just as you said about Newton's law, right? It really depends on the gravity of what is at stake. Because here is the thing, you know that I am also someone who speaks passionately when I am trying to make a point or debunk a point. But you know what?
You speak passionately all the time.
But you know what? You know what? I am trying. I am trying. I've been saying to myself for a while now that I want to be more gentle and more even toned, no matter what side. Allow me to land. Allow me to land. No matter what I am trying to say or debunk, I want to be more even toned because I feel like that makes anybody more able to listen and to absorb what I'm saying, right? That's what I've been saying to myself. But I find that I still struggle with that. But you know that. But do you know?
Struggle with that.
Yeah, because it's not something that comes naturally to me, right? But guess what? But guess what? If I really determine, right? And the reason why I will determine wouldn't even be an active determination that I'm going to do that, because I think that's why I have been failing at it. The reason why I would be able to really do that is because there's a higher thing to achieve by doing that. For instance, when I recognize that if I'm talking to Shaya in this way, and this point that I want him to accept, because I feel that it makes him score 100 points instead of scoring 30 points in his exam, right? If that becomes my motivation, then automatically I will be less invested in making sure that they hear that point, and more invested, right, in hey,
impact.
Yes, the impact, right? So I have all along felt that I want them to hear this point because I want that impact to be their result. I want them to get that result. However, I need to stop being passionate about saying to the person, this thing you are thinking is not the way it's because I want them to. I need to be more passionate about, you know what? Let me talk more gently so that even if there is noise or anything, they will lean in more to listen to that I'm saying. So I think that maybe Tony has, maybe by nature, or maybe he has something that has slipped and stuck with his spirit. So that's the way that he communicates. That's what I think.
But I'm trying to tell you that same Tony, may not operate.
He won't always be like that now. He's human.
Exactly. Now you're getting my.
But that's his general way of communicating.
Are you saying you are discussing money? and money is missing, that Tony is going to talk the way he's talking.
But that's his general communicating, right? Everybody's general way of communicating doesn't mean that 100% every minute they will always be that way, right?
And that's exactly what I'm saying. When the temp is changing, the voice set needs to change. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Here's another thing. Here's another thing, right? Okay. Let's go to Jesus, right? When Jesus was healing people on Sabbath day, right?
Okay.
The Pharisees, they had an issue with it. When he saved the woman who was found to be committing adultery, they had an issue with it. How did Jesus respond to those things? He responded like, it's almost like he didn't even, okay, now let me go back to, I told you there was a day I was talking with my sister, and she said something about, so what do you feel about this, that I should explain to her why I think that this and that, about this and that, heaven, hell, Christianity. And what did I say to her? I said, there is no need for me to explain to you. I won't explain to you because when it is time for you to understand it, it will be revealed to you. Whereas before that time, when she would say something like that, I would begin to bring out this, that. Now, let me tell you another thing that happened recently. Somebody approached me about a business that I had done before, right? I was asking, should he go and do this business? How can I tell him about it? Does it make sense? How does it work? And I explained to him that business cost over $12,000, right? I said to him, don't do it because here and here and here are challenges that you face, right? And then later I found something. He said, but I really want something where I can put this money and know that this money will come out. Now, one day I found out something that will cost a fraction of that. And I called him. I called the person and I said, you are still looking for that thing that you will do that will get you some money, right? Here is what you're going to. And meanwhile, that other one that would cost over 12K, right? I could have told him, yes, come and do it. And then I would make some money from him. Do you understand? But I didn't do that. I told him, come and take this other one and do it. You are going to make a lot of money from this one because I have experienced it and it worked, right? Do you know what he said to me? No. Okay, I'll think about it. I gave him some time. I didn't hear back from him. And I was like, hey, young man, what is happening? Why haven't you, come back to inquire about it? You know what he said? That he wants to go and do that other one. That other one that will cost a lot more, which I already knew that there were too many challenges that were going on at the time, and that his money would just be sitting there for years to be buried in the ground where man was eating it. Do you know what? I didn't. I felt bad. I shook my head. We were on the phone. I shook my head. I was like, what am I going to do about this? I said, what did you say? He repeated it. I said, don't do it. But if that's what you want to do. And when I dropped the phone, my heart was heavy. My heart was really heavy. Because in my mind, I was thinking, why? Because it's like you're watching somebody going towards something that you know is bad for them, right? And there's nothing you can do or say about it because I realized that talking passionately, yes, talking passionately about it is not going to make. In fact, you're even going to get the opposite results because you begin to look as if there's something in it for you. Meanwhile, it should have been clear to him that the other one I could have taken advantage of him and made money. So the same thing with my sister, and it's the same thing with Jesus and those people in those situations, the Pharisees. So even though that thing is important to you, you may just feel like there's no point because this person's processing or something, right? This is where it is. So there is no point me trying to talk to them to show them. I have to allow them to fall into that problem, fall into the ditch, into whatever it is. And then the person will wake up and then by themselves they will get it, right? So I can present it as gently as possible because sometimes presenting it as gently. You have me that guy. After a while, he came back. He came back to ask me about that other lower costing one.
After doing the first one?
When he came, I said, did you do that thing? He said, no. I said, good. I'm happy you didn't do it because if you had done it, by now you'd be sweating blood. Even if you sweat blood, your money will be there forever.
Are you sure he didn't do it?
He didn't do it. He didn't do it because he now eventually went and started the other one, right? And now he's happy.
Okay.
Now he's happy. He's happy that he made that decision. And when he did, I was like, did you see now? But I couldn't talk. When you said that, there was nothing I could say. Because if I had gone ahead to start telling him, hey, it's this, it's like that, it's like that. Guess what? He would have thought in his mind, there's something for her. That's why she's making all this effort. And I would have got the opposite response. So sometimes after experiencing these things, you now realize it's actually better for me to not just allow people to make their decisions. Right? It's also the same thing with relationships, right? I spoke with a young lady recently, and she said that this guy had not been very responsive, right? And in fact, at a point, he blocked her, and then later on, he unblocked her and told her some fake stories. Those stories were fake. That his phone had this. Those stories were fake because she went and checked on him with another phone, and he was busy online having a ball, right? And then yes, for real. And then she told me, I said, you have to leave this guy alone because for whatever reason, this is what works for him right now. And don't give reputation. It doesn't mean that he doesn't like you. It doesn't mean that it could mean anything. It could mean maybe he's even busy with some contracts and he knows that he doesn't need any distractions, right? It could be anything. Don't take it personal. Allow the person to be. So when he came back, he apologized, blah, 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 blah. And then guess what? He now started again. She would send messages, no response, nothing. And she said she was angry that she was going to call him to ask him why he's doing that, but still seeing him online. I said, what do you want to do? You want to call a person to ask them why they are not giving you attention. How does it make sense? It doesn't make sense. This is a full-grown human being, right? It's a full-grown human being. Yeah. You have to allow people they have a reason for whatever they're doing, right? And the person is aware that you always want to hear from him. He's aware that you really want to hear because you're sending those messages. You're calling and he's not giving them back to you. So he's aware. So if he was able or if he wanted to, he would. The only thing that you do when you now pressure, I find myself, somebody trying to reach me like that over and over and over, and then any message back or anything. There are only two things going on there. I'm either a sick person in the head who is trying to manipulate the person, right? I'm doing it deliberately, right? Or I really want them to know, look, I don't want whatever you have to say, I don't want to hear it. So leave me alone, right? So yeah, or maybe I am just too busy. So you have to just send your message. Okay, I've been trying to reach you. Do that simple. Don't get upset until you hear from me if at all you hear, right? So you don't know what the reason is. Yeah. Sorry.
So,
yeah.
How about your unrepentant bishop nature?
But that is just like you. Your nature, you're unrepentant with your own nature now.
Why would you say that?
You're unrepentant with your nature because, for instance, when anybody says like Bishop will think that you are unrepentant with your refusal to accept the things that he says.
With abuse?
That's what he's going to likely think or say.
No, I was born a Christian. I grew up a Christian.
Yeah. So, but now,
when I start asking questions, that should tell you that I am a repentant person.
Oh, I see. But he may not see it that way. Why does it look as if somebody is able to see this? It looks like somebody is able to see this conversation. I think that I'm not successfully private, right? So all those things that we're discussing that I thought were private, I think that other people have access to all that. So I'm sorry.
Remove slave trade. We wouldn't have been any of those.
Say that again?
I'm sure you know that.
What? Say that again.
Remove slavery. Okay. Never subscribe to any of those religions.
Okay. When you say that, don't you think that he's going to think? I know what you're saying, and I agree with
No, I am trying to. No, I'm just having conversation. I'm not involving Bishop. I'm only saying that when you say I'm unrepentant, and I've told you that I grew up born in Christendom, and I've been able to open my mind beyond religion.
Yeah.
And even test from other religion, read about it, study it, and all that.
Yeah.
It means that I'm receptive. It means that I have opened my mind for secondary opinion.
I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying. I see what you are saying. But a person in like the position of bishop is unrepentant, right? Because they just swallowed that and refuse to entertain any other. Okay.
Yes. Exactly.
Yeah. Well, you know, it's the funny thing is that people who are refusing like that, like my sister, will not agree. You know, right? There's no way. It doesn't even cross the person's mind, right? That this is what is happening. You're asking questions is actually is very wrong. Is to be fought. It's to be refused because you're refusing to go along with the status quo.
Have you not observed, like I used to tell people, that if we are asking fundamental questions about life. Why are we here? What do we come to this earth to do? Blah blah blah. For those golden fundamental questions. I now decided to go to theological schools, and I've observed the answer they give you is not to answer your question, is to be able to defend theology.
I have something very interesting to share with you. Do you know that I know we're live? That is funny. Oh my gosh, 41 views. Do you know that we're actually live? That is good. Okay. All right.
No, wait. Let me ask you this. You're saying we're live, right?
We are live.
Let me ask you, is that supposed to be intentional for you?
Of course not. I told you that because of all that back and forth, I didn't like the way it was going back and forth, but I was going to make it private, right? Anyway, never mind. So we're ready there. So let's keep going.
Okay.
So yeah, asking questions.
I'm saying we have fundamental questions to ask, and you will seek knowledge, you seek answers, and you decide to go to theology, either Mohammedan schools or Christianity.
I shouldn't have told you we were alive because now I think your attitude have changed.
No.
Now you're not talking. You're not free flowing anymore. You're now being like somebody.
I thought we've been on my sis. So that's the truth.
Well, why am I feeling this change? Because it's you're talking.
No. It's the mind that is deceiving you.
It's not.
The reason I told you was that I'm enjoying the fact that I can move around. That was why I said that now.
All right.
It just goes of what it doesn't matter to you.
Okay, let's get back to it. Let's get back to it.
I was saying that I'm enjoying the fact that I can move around.
Okay, let's get back to it. I'm sorry for that interruption. All right.
Hey, no, that's you now. That's typical you. Okay, now back to my story. I said, for you to go to theological school, any theological school, when I mean theological school, I'm trying to include the non-religion. You understand?
Yeah.
So, and you ask the fundamental questions of life. When you get to this school, the only thing that you'll be taught is not to answer the core fundamental questions. Is to be able for you to be able to defend.
Can you stop repeating yourself? Don't bother the listeners. Why we heard it the first time.
Because it was your interference that caused this.
All right, sorry. Okay.
You understand? And you are repeating the same mistake. Now, if I raise my voice, now you say I have started. Now, see life.
All right, I'm sorry.
Okay, now Okay, so that's just it. That's just it about Bishop. Now, I'm saying Bishop is not repentant. You understand what I mean now? Exactly what I mean. So,
I hope he sees this.
sorry.
I hope he's. I hope he's. I hope he sees this because this is true gossip. This is real gossip.
Bishop knows me now. There's nothing I would say that Bishop knows. He knows what I can say. He knows that I'm a realist.
But you know the funny thing?
Now, okay.
The funny thing about these things, the asking question thing that they don't like, is that they will use the same thing to defend the thing that they were taught to defend, right? They use the same thing that was taught to them in order to defend that thing that those people wanted to defend.
You are just repeating what I've just said, that when you go to that school, they will only equip you to defend theology, or not to answer the fundamental questions. Take for instance, let's be practical now. Ask anybody that why are we here on earth? And the natural answer they will tell you is to worship God. And the instinct, your instinct will tell you, wherever we are coming from, to worship God there. Once you come here to come and worship God,
that's an
and then they will tell you to win the lost souls. It's a lost souls. Are there lost souls in heaven?
Let me tell you something interesting.
Okay.
I was having a conversation with this guy one day, and he said, "So let me ask you something. Are you a Christian?" And I said, "Yes." And you know what he said? He said, "Have I told you that before?"
No.
He actually, okay, I haven't told you that before. Yeah. He said, "Wow, I'm so disappointed. Are you serious? Uzo, are you serious?" And I said, "What do you mean?" And he said, "Because it's going to sound crazy for me to just if when they hear it. But this is actually," he said, "because Christianity means that you are stupid." You know? And when he said it, I think I understand what you're saying, but I'm not sure that you should just make that kind of statement. Right?
No, it takes you to be mature and to be accommodating to understand what he was trying to say.
Now I understand it. Now I understand it. Even then, I thought I understood it, but now I understand it better.
It's so simple now. This is how it goes. As a matter of fact, if we have an argument, I'm a Muslim, a Christian, fine. I want to argue on some ideological differences or whatever we believe on. We should be able to make an argument in and out of the scripture or out of our thesis. And that's what we are taught in school. Don't forget, those are just they are just sensors. That's not the primary source.
What's your point?
But whatever it is, the way they want to make it is like, once it's not here, it's not here. Okay. The 66 books of the Bible, for instance, cut across lifespan of 6,000 years.
That's a very interesting. That's a very interesting. That's a very interesting.
That can contain you as a person.
That's a very interesting.
It's impossible. There's no book that can contain your thoughts, let alone your utterances, let alone your actions, even your journey. Can you write a book? So your point.
Make your points so that we.
I have. My point is made already.
No, because maybe some of us do not. Let me understand. Break it down for me. Like if I don't understand, I don't understand. I want to understand.
No. I was trying to tell you that.
What happened to you? I can't hear you. Okay. I lost connection with you. Hello? Hello? Hello?
Hello?
Yeah.
Hello?
So okay, let me
I'm here.
try. Can I repeat it back to you so you can tell me? Like, I mean,
Okay.
you're trying to say that that those things are not exhaustive of the truth about everything. So why is it that they present, like, if you say anything that isn't coming directly from there, then what you're saying is baseless. That's what you're saying, it's meaningless. So what you're saying is meaningless. That's what you're
Yes,
saying, right?
exactly. Exactly. And again, now let me now tell you how they shift the goalpost. Do you know that it is possible for the GO to instruct them to do some things that are not scriptural, and then they will shift that goalpost just for you?
I think you and I are right now in the spirit because you know what happened a couple of days ago.
Okay.
I think I shared this thing. I don't know if you saw it. The woman that a friend sent it to me. The woman that was preaching about when a woman is praying for her husband, right? And then the person that she was talking about, the man appeared to be a difficult husband and all that. And so I sent back to her. I was like, because the woman was saying that um yes, even when you're praying for him, but that person who you're praying for is the one who is going to be attacking you. You know, so maybe just a little mistake you make here and there, he just comes and he's angry, he's upset, and blah blah blah. But that's and then you think to yourself, this is not the person that I'm praying for. That no, that is the devil that is attacking you. That you should not get angry. You should go and keep on praying for the person. That every little thing that you do, he comes, he's angry, he's complaining, he's fighting you all the time. That no, that you should just hold on steadfast to your prayer. And I said back to my friend who said that, I was like, no, I'm sorry. I cannot. You know that I don't accept these things. I don't believe in these things. First of all, let's make things make sense, right? Somebody wakes up and speaks Agbajantis and makes it that this is the word of God because that woman was a preacher on the pulpit. And the fact that it's coming from someone on the pulpit and she says it, and they've told the stories over and over, and so you accept it. I say no. The thing is that we're not stopping to think. What these people have successfully done is that they have created mediocrity and toxic relationships. Can you hear me? Hello, tell me when you can hear me. Tell me when you can hear me. Yeah, so I was saying to her that what they've actually successfully done is that they have created toxic relationships, right? Instead of if somebody is first of all a relationship where we are come together. Are we supposed to be there where you maltreat me and all I will be doing is patiently just looking for how I will pray you out of that misbehavior? No, something is wrong with your reasoning. That's where we're supposed to start. Something is wrong with your reasoning. It is not my job to just be trying to pray you out of it and look at it as the devil attacking me, right? So I can stop praying. No, it is you thinking to be reset, right? So when people are listening to all these types of injunctions, I see it as they just successfully taught people to live in nonsense, right? And they're perpetuating toxicity in relationships, right? And if everybody begins to think if somebody's misbehaving, this I'll have to dancing around them and walking around, walking on eggshells. That is wrong. That is wrong because if you and I talk, share, or if you go to that office over there and somebody is doing something wrong, why don't you just start praying around it? Why don't you? Do you understand? Or your colleague is misbehaving in the office. It's just simple common sense. It's simple common sense, but they don't want anybody to use common sense. And so another friend of mine was like, yeah, because these people have made themselves God. They make anything and say it as word of God. And because people do not want to think, to reason, or to study the Bible by themselves, they accept those things. She was like, study Bible, they don't go study Bible. And so they are agree with another person talk, saying waiting God wants. That's what they want. You know? So after yeah.
Sorry for cutting you short, but your analysis is neither here nor there. Yes.
Tell me.
Not, I would not. The Bible says we should not be ignorant of the devices of the enemy. So in this conversation, I think I want to do that line of thought. What am I trying to say is this. Now, I'm coming. What I'm trying to say is that, according to Bishop Oyedepo, says God gave us bread so that we can give him rest. Did you get that? God gave us bread so that we can give him rest. And my own philosophy about life is that balance is the signature of God. Balance is the signature of God. Now, if you have a rebellious child and you are trying to talk senses or beat senses into such child, there's nothing stopping you from balancing it spiritually. That okay, whatever is wrong with this child, God make his life into your hands. Or you can fast and pray about that child. Why do we still be doing the normal thing as a parent? Are you getting the gift now? So when you have a so-called toxic or bullying or a bad husband, for instance, and you know that is a very toxic and maybe a bully. Yeah. Like, okay, this should not be. You are not taking it before the Lord. Fine. I don't have an issue with that. Take it before God. Any spiritual means that you can use to what? Maybe the guy is under influence and you want to help him out. Okay, go ahead. Then after that, you should not make yourself a victim. How do I mean? After doing that, why don't you go, okay, let's use the arms of law. So that any day that he chooses to okay, go beyond his boundary, he knows that he's going to do. So even the demon is pushing, even if the demon is pushing him, at some point you have to talk to the demon that, oh, Benny, do you want me to go to jail? Okay, so that's looking at what? Your point is looking at it from. No, what I'm saying is, as I'm saying, balance is the signature of God. I'm saying, the same guy that's beating that the white Peter will not beat a soldier on the street of Lagos. Exactly. I will not beat exactly. I will not beat a madman or whoever that he knows will beat him. Exactly. Will not cause it. So he's only doing it because you've taken that position. Yes, that's what I'm saying. That let's even assume that okay, there are some powers that I want his own to break. Okay, let's start with those powers. Then let's now focus on him. Okay, that we are tackling those powers. First, make sure that you will not allow yourself to go home. Do you understand what I'm saying? So you now make him face the possibility of being taken to the police station or whatever other recourse that you can. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Balance remains the signature of God. That's my orientation. That's what I'm saying. That if a person that like, okay, I have an exams, I don't even know this, I know that, I don't even have time. Whatever your problem is or your challenge is, number one thing you do is to study. You know that some exams that you study that you know that you have tried your capacity, and you even know that capacity is below expectation. You know there are some cases like that. Okay. It's not as if we are not studying. It's not as if we've not looked for help. So you do what you carry expo. What are you saying? No, you need that. Now you are getting the gift after doing your own work. Right. You now need divinity in that place, and that's the problem that we face in our country now. Okay. We involve God beyond the limit of God because God has his own limitation. How do we even get it? This is supposed to be okay. So this has now turned to something else. We have now taken another direction. Anyway. Okay, take me back. No, I'm not taking you anywhere. I think I'm so sorry for cutting you. I actually like the conversation. Just that I realized that we had left the topic at hand. We found our way here because naturally, always we're gossiping about Bishop, and we're talking about people who say that everything comes from the Bible, and then we're like, there are other things to consider as well, right? And then I now started bringing in the angle of people who even say things that are not there, but because the person is standing on the pulpit, people now take it as the word of God. Okay. And now that I've succeeded in truncating your flow, hello? I'm here.
Now that I succeeded in truncating your flow,
As usual, anyway.
I'm thinking that maybe we should be bringing this conversation to an end because talking now for about an hour. Huh?
Seriously?
Yeah. No, we had all that nonsense at the beginning, right? So which ate into the time. So I'm just thinking, maybe we should just call it a day here. Do you want to say any last words?
Okay. All right, guys. Same time, same station, same day.
I like what you just said. You just reminded me of something. Same station. You just reminded me of something. All right, beautiful. Okay.
Okay. So when next we come, we're gonna bring so many things from to the front burner. We'll let up your day or night or
that thing you wanted us to talk about. You wanted us to talk about men should prepare for their old age because the women and the children.
This is my fault for crying out loud.
I'm so sorry. I really need to relent.
This is why we raise our voice.
I really need to. No.
This is why we raise our voices as men.
Yeah.
And you guys were like, do you know the problem we face now?
What?
Anytime you set boundaries,
yes,
they will tell you you are insecure. Anytime you are disciplined, they tell you you are toxic.
Oh, really?
Anytime you raise your voice, they say you are bully.
Oh, really?
I don't know what the society wants to turn men into. That's the truth.
You know the problem that I face now? Okay. I particularly, you know that I detest hearing anybody saying they are doing this to men or they are doing this to women.
But am I lying?
Are you lying? Or when you say that way, you say it. Don't you recognize that thing?
No. I just talk out of abundance. The Bible says out of abundance of heart, the mouth speak.
Yeah, say what's in your own mind.
Allow us to set boundaries. He doesn't want to see me with another man. No, I don't want my wife to play with this. I want this. Setting boundaries to them.
You have no right. You have no right to want your wife. Yes.
You told everybody can. You give me this minute
to
tell my folks out there.
You are right. You are right. Forgive me.
About to do that, and you are eating deep into my what do you call it now? Into my Bible.
I'm exceedingly sorry, and I ask for your forgiveness.
No, now
I don't. I ask for pardon.
No. It was YB that said, "Things fall apart, the center can hold. The falcon cannot hear the falconet."
Okay. Take it away. Take it away and end it. I'll allow you to do it. End this. You end the whole program as well. Just say everything that you want to.
I'll take my own and I'll eat.
I am here. I don't want to interfere.
You have the patience to allow me to just take 30 seconds.
Yes.
Without your interference.
Yes,
Are you sure?
I promise. I promise.
All right, viewers. Thank you for listening to us. It has always been an exciting moment with you guys. I enjoyed myself as usual. And then just stay tuned. On your observation, on your contribution. You can share this, whatever, on all the platforms. And then keep fit. Keep fit. Have a beautiful day. Thank you.
All right. Thank you. Thank you, viewers. I didn't even know that there were viewers because I didn't realize that we were live. All right. So enjoy the weekend, and I look forward to being with you again. Okay. And next time we'll have other people on the video. Bye, everyone. Shall you hold on there? Let me just end here. And